This video will show the new features for Quarkus tools for Visual Studio Code version 1.3.0. For this feature, there is now a CodeLens that displays the URL for your JAX-RS GET endpoints. In this resource class, I have two GET endpoints, the greeting/hello endpoint and the greeting/goodbye endpoint. So the CodeLens will appear when the Quarkus application is running. So I could start the Quarkus application using the Quarkus dev command. And once the Quarkus application is running, and once VS Code updates its CodeLens, we can see that above the method, we have the CodeLens available for the URL. So clicking on the URL will open it in your default web browser. The URL updates on the fly, so when the path is changed, you can see that the URL changes as well. And when the Quarkus application stops running, and once the CodeLens updates again, you can see that the CodeLens is gone because the Quarkus application is no longer running. To demonstrate this feature, I'm inside of a resource class in my Quarkus project, and we have three config properties with the name greeting.message, greeting.suffix, and greeting.name. In the application.properties file, they're not being set to anything. So if I go hover the greeting.message, I do get greeting.message is not set. In this case, there's a default value of the exclamation mark, and when I hover, the default value appears. So once I set one of the config to something in application.properties, so message can be hello, save, I go back, and once we hover, we do get the value in the hover. For this feature, there is now language support for the Kubernetes, Openshift, S2I, and Docker properties, coming from the Quarkus Kubernetes extension. To demonstrate, I can show that there are Kubernetes completion options, same for Openshift, S2I, and Docker. For this property, we can see that the type is Boolean and the default value is false from this documentation. Because it has a default value, it is being inserted immediately, just like any other property. And we also have validation for the value and the key. So if the key is spelled wrong, it'd be recognized as an unknown property. And if the value is not a Boolean, it is also being recognized. If you refer to the Quarkus documentation, you'll see that for the Kubernetes, OpenShift, and S2I properties, some of them expect some sort of array as the value. In this case, for Kubernetes annotations, they want an annotation array. So if you scroll down, you'll see that the annotation has two properties, a key and a value, which both of them are strings. And to set the properties expecting an array in the application.properties file, you can just type in the property name, Kubernetes.annotations, and in this case, you'll see that the two of the fields are available, the key and the value. The square brackets and the asterisk in the middle, that just represents the index of the element you want to set. So from here, you can type in the index of the element you want to set, and then you can press tab to immediately set the cursor after the equal sign. In the case where you have lots of unknown property errors in your application.properties file, and you would like to have VS Code ignore all of them, there is now a new quick fix that suggests glob patterns to describe which properties you would like to ignore from unknown property validation. So in this case, unknown.star, that would be a good choice because all of these unknown properties start with unknown. I'm going to go ahead and click that one. And now all of the errors are gone. So what that quick fix essentially did was add the unknown.star glob pattern inside of this VS Code setting, which describes which type of properties you would like to ignore from unknown property validation. For this next feature, inside of your application.properties file, there is now a go to definition feature for your enum values. In this case, we have 4 properties that all expect a different enum value. Control clicking on the value will take you to the definition. Thanks to the YAML extension, there is now completion support for the property keys in an application.yaml file. Only the relevant completion options for your Quarkus project will be provided. and hovering over the key can also give you some documentation as well. In VS Code, whether you have a workspace folder open, a file editor open, or nothing open, the project generation wizard will provide you different options in opening your newly generated project. So in this case, I have a workspace folder open, and when I go through and making a new project, I'm given the option of opening it in a new window or adding it to the current workspace. In the case I have a file editor open, in this case I have hello.txt open, I'm given the option to open in a new window or open in the current window. And in the case where absolutely nothing is open, the project just opens in the current window. There is now Qute specific syntax highlighting for HTML, YAML, JSON, and text files. In this case I have a HTML file open with some Qute specific syntax. To change the language mode from HTML to Qute, I'm going to click the HTML button right here, type in Qute, and we can see that we have HTML, JSON, text, and YAML options. I'm going to go with HTML, and you can see that there is syntax highlighting. This also changes the comment style as well, so if I just highlight over that text, do Ctrl/, it changes it so that it has the Qute specific commenting style. This concludes this video. Thank you for watching.